Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Awakening Her podcast. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome back. My name is Talia Joy. If you are new here, I'm excited. I'm an intuitive channel, life coach, spiritual mentor, guide for those who know they are here for big things. We've been through a lot. We're self-growth junkies. We've done some healing. We've done some stuff. We're dabbling in the manifestation, and we are ready to take this up a level. And that's when you find this podcast. And I'm excited because on this show, we cut through the fluff and talk about what it really takes to live your purpose, to heal, to manifest, to move forward. And today's episode is definitely in that theme. We're diving into WTF, what the fuck does it mean to allow your manifestations to land? You hear this all the time, right? Just allow it. Or you're in resistance. Just allow abundance into your life. And we go like, okay, but what, I've been trying, I am. And so we're breaking this down today because I want to make it make sense, because it is a key. Allowance and surrender. It is a huge part of this whole experience, but I want to make it make sense and really break down what that means so that you can manifest faster. So if you've heard, just allow your manifestations to land, stop forcing it, get in the flow, just allow, and you're like, okay, what does that actually mean? You're doing all the things, you're doing the visualization and the journaling, and I know you've, again, done the self-growth, the affirmations, you're in it. So telling you to just allow is not going to help. This episode's for you if you're relating to all of this. So let's talk about that. And before we dive into the episode, I want to remind you to get on the wait list for the next retreat. We've got 2 that are brewing, a winter one locally on the west coast of Canada, as well as a spring/early summer one somewhere international. That's what we're saying. So get on the list. You will be in the know. You'll get the best price, all the things. And if you are looking for ongoing mentorship, of course, I have my one-on-one work, but we also have On the Path, which is a hidden gem in my business. It is literally like an ongoing course where you gain tools in your back pocket. We have deep dives, we have monthly themes. It keeps you in the work and on your path to integrate the healing, to manifest, to move forward. So if you love my tone, if you love my teaching style, you're going to love On the Path. And I'll give you a week free so you can check it out, see if it really is for you. And after that, it's only $27 a month. You can cancel at any time. I love On the Path. That's a lot of what I put my energy toward behind the scenes when I'm not recording for this show. And it's so good. And then if you missed out on the beginning of Life of Magic, the live round that started October 10th, 2025, do not worry. You can join at any time. I don't know if I've had such explosive, energetic, enthusiastic, over-the-top results from something that I have done. The energy in Life of Magic is next level. It is hosted on a private podcast. It's a 21-day, 15 minutes or less quantum leap. It will shift your life. I do not say that lightly. It is so powerful. And if you are still listening in October, you can join into the live round at any time before we end. And then after that, you can join at any time anyway. It's just, it doesn't have the group space of that first live round. Okay, so powerful. Jump into that stuff. The retreat waitlist, On the Path, Life of Magic, all the links are below. Let's dive into today's topic. Let's just allow this episode to move forward. Okay. All right, so we tend to think of allowing as a passive thing, right? It's kind of frustrating, like I said in the intro, because you're like, I'm doing all the things. Well, it's like, do less. It's like, so don't heal and be in self-growth and move forward. And I'm confused. It's almost like people are telling you to kind of just chill on the couch or sit in the corner humming while waiting for the universe to do its thing. But that's not exactly what it is. Don't get me wrong. You can manifest while sitting on your couch, sipping tea or playing your ukulele, but that is not what it means. True allowing really means allowing yourself to move forward, getting out of your own way. emotionally, mentally, energetically. Allow yourself to evolve. Allow miracles to come into your life. Allow the flow of life to take you through. And I know already it sounds a little fluffy, but you know me, if you've listened to the show, we're going to get into it and it's going to make sense. Allowing can mean stopping controlling, awkward way to say it, but to stop means you stop controlling how something happens and instead focus on aligning with the energy and showing up as that next level person. So it's like the Einstein quote, you cannot solve a problem from the same level of consciousness that created it. That's a huge piece of my one-on-one work because even when you're brilliant and intuitive and aware, it's hard to solve the problem in the same level of consciousness that's creating it. So of course, you don't have to do one-on-one work with anybody to move through this stuff. This is what we're talking about today. But that's the genius of external input sometimes. But in allowing, in this case, it would be allowing yourself to step into a higher level of awareness, allowing yourself to move forward where a solution already exists, where there's an expansive energy waiting. So allowing is not an action. When I say just allow, and then you're like, okay, what do I do? That's totally normal because humans, like, what am I supposed to stand in the middle of a room and do nothing? Like, we need to know. But let's reframe it. Allowing is not something you do. It's something you become. It's a way you be. It's an energy and a vibration of openness, of safety, of readiness that says to the universe, that says to yourself, that says to life, I trust myself. I trust life. I'm open to what's next. And that's really what it is. It's you telling life, I am open to where life is taking me. So we think allow money to come into your life. And I go, okay, can I like hold open like a big sack so it can like rain down, or go to the bank and just ask for it? Like, what do you mean? In that case, it would be allowing yourself to feel abundant, allowing yourself to go for that idea you've had, to allow yourself maybe to get rid of some of the things you have that you could sell for money, or allowing yourself to move forward on your dream of getting higher education and going into a career. Often we are not allowing ourselves to move forward into those pockets, into those situations and dynamics and relationships and vibrations that will allow us to have what we want. So if someone comes to me and they say, I really want money, and we start looking at maybe it's their business or, their career or whatever. Sometimes there are ways where we are not allowing ourselves to move forward. I had a client once that I went to her website. It was the beginning of her business, but I went to her website and there was no place that she could actually be paid. There was no buttons, there was anything. And she didn't even realize. She kind of just thought like people were going to email her and then she was going to. So these little tiny things, and there's nothing wrong with that, but these little tiny things block off the allowing people to pay you, or allowing yourself, if you say, I want to make money from home or with a flexible schedule, allow yourself to go out and look for that, to go for an opportunity like that, to scan the classifieds or, look on, workspace, whatever, job listing sites, or maybe a friend says like, hey, you could do this thing, and you get a ping about it, a nudge inside, but you might normally go like, oh, I don't know, that's not for me. You kind of go, no, I'm going to allow myself to step into something else. I'm going to allow myself to move forward. So Wayne Dyer said famously, and I like to repeat it, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And that's what allowing is. It's a shift in perspective. Instead of gripping to your manifestations, instead of forcing them to happen and searching and seeking for the secret sauce, you start living like someone who already knows you're on your way. If you want to get healthier, but you're just trying, we're Googling over here and we're seeking that and we're in this sort of like, oh, I can't do it. In a way, your spirit team and, whoever else, your higher self would say, allow yourself to move forward into health. Allow yourself to go to that class you've been eyeing up or to follow through on that idea. Allow yourself to take care of yourself. And that's the part. Instead of gripping and searching out there, allow yourself to move forward. Relax the control. Breathe deeper. See what's in front of you. Say yes to what's calling you here. So if you want to get healthier and you keep driving by the same yoga place or a new gym that opened or something, that might be a nudge from life saying, try this. Or you start getting the nudge of like, I really want to just go for quick walks outside. I love it. Allow yourself to say yes to what is in front of you. Because the universe can't drop your money and your health just completely out of nowhere. It has to match up with a funnel. Like even the money has to come from, maybe it's the government and it's a rebate into your bank account, or it's a person you lent money to that paid you back, or a random check that shows up from something. So life is calling us toward these things where money's trying to reach you, health is trying to reach you, soulmates and people and connections and friendships and rewards and blessings are trying to reach you. So when we say allow it to happen, it's more about notice how life is trying to reach you and allow yourself to move forward. So we often block ourselves from allowing. If you start hearing some noise in the back, I think the garbage truck is coming, but I'm just going to keep rolling through because that's what we do around here. I'm in my zone. So the truth is we often block ourselves from what we've been asking for, not because we're doing something wrong. And I want you to really hear me, hear the garbage truck, hear all of us. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because you don't yet feel safe or worthy, or you just haven't yet received it. You haven't stepped into that next level. But it's not because you're doing the wrong plan, or you've gone the wrong way, or you've taken a wrong decision. It's not that. You say you want, say, abundance, but when opportunities to grow show up, like investing in yourself or saying yes to a training program or going for a job or putting yourself out there, fear starts to kick in. And this is a very real life situation. We say we want love, but then we start kind of sabotaging or pulling away when something gets good. And we have so much compassion for that. That is the healing work. But how we move forward is by watching how life is encouraging us to show up, the opportunities coming our way. I know for years in my business, I would say I wanted abundance, but then people would write an email or something like, hey, I'm interested in working with you. And I'd freeze and like not answer it because it made me like, oh my God, because I'm blocking myself from abundance, but not because I'm doing anything wrong. It's to become aware of that and go, okay, wait a minute. I had to regulate my system, chill out, relax my belly, do a quick BRB, like, and then, hey, Samantha, I'd love to chat. Or how's it going, Susan? What are you interested in? And realize that I need to allow clients to come to me, allow abundance. So these are all examples of sneaky ways that we block it, but also how you can let the wisdom of like allowing things to come to you to actually sink in. And I want you to remember that it's not you failing at manifestation, quote unquote, when we have fear or when we don't put ourselves out there, or when we go on our walks for 3 days and then stop. It's your nervous system trying to keep you safe and in the familiar. We have compassion for that. So allowing is saying, I see the fear, I feel the tenseness, I have understanding for it, and I send love to my fear. Like it's understandable that I'm afraid. Sending love meaning almost like sending a hug. It's okay. And I'm going to move forward anyway. And the day we do that, that is the day that we start allowing ourselves to move forward. So Michael Singer, who I love, the author of The Untethered Soul, he says, the natural state of life is to flow. The only thing that stops it is resistance. And I love that. Allowing is you stopping the resistance. It's not forcing the river. It's learning to float. So from a spiritual lens, because that's really where I want to go, allowing is about co-creation. You are not just a participant in life. You are a vessel for life itself. And the manifestations and the desires that you have on your heart are trying to come through you and through your life. So when we stop trying to control everything, life, source, God, universe, your higher self will actually guide you. When we surrender and put our hands up for even just a second and go, I don't know all the answers. I'm not sure exactly what to do, but I want to step into higher health. When we go to that place and allow, life starts to guide you. And then the next time you drive by that yoga studio or that gym or whatever, you start going, wait, that is trying to nudge at me. It's not tapping you on the shoulder, guilting you. It's a nudge saying this is one of the pathways toward health. Maybe you're going to go and get stronger or more flexible or meet friends, or maybe you'll get a trainer, or maybe you'll discover something new about yourself. Allow these things to guide you. When you start receiving intuitive nudges, synchronicities, ideas that make you feel like there's almost urgency, like, ooh, I'm excited. These are key. But the key beyond that is actually allowing yourself to follow them. Life is nudging you. Life is nudging you to say yes. And it's not asking you to say yes to everything. It's quality over quantity. So when you get those nudges, when you have that thing on your heart, allow yourself to move forward with the idea. Allow yourself to move forward by getting support. Allow yourself to move forward by seeing those synchronicities. You're like, this is clearly guiding me. So many people block their manifestations by not allowing their next level to happen. You get a nudge to start a project or to pivot in your business or to go for the job or whatever it is, but then overthink it and then decide in the end you're unqualified or you can't. You get an inspiration to reach out to someone, but then you talk yourself out of it. You get called to invest in your growth and then you say like, well, later, after I figure out these things. We don't allow ourselves to move forward. This is self-protection disguised as logic. And we have to bust through that by allowing ourselves to get the help or get the support or follow the nudge or go out on a limb or make a big, bold move or go on the walk to allow yourself to move forward. You are worth that. So saying yes to the nudge, yes to the expansion, yes to the unknown is how we allow. Because when you do, you become the person that your manifestation was always looking for. Your manifestation can reach you. And from a spiritual lens, this is co-creation. This is working in co-creation with life. You are being guided, but you are also the deliberate creator. You are the one creating your life. You're the one that's deciding to go for the walk and tightening up your shoes or going out and doing the thing. But you are led and nudged and you're allowing yourself to move forward. That's how you are moving forward. That's the energy that's pulling you. So co-creating, it's like half spirit, half human, being led by life, but then you carrying it through. That is allowing. That is surrender. If you've read The Surrender Experiment, he says yes to everything for like 20 years. It's like a 20-year experiment. It is insane reading the book. There's so many times in that book I was like, what? And you said yes to this? Because he realized that life, when he said yes, was bringing him in crazy ways. It's a true story, by the way. It's like he actually documented these 20 years. It's called The Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer. It's insane. But anyway, when you say yes to life, you don't have to do it like he did, but when you start saying yes to the nudges, yes to the expansion, yes to the unknown, yes to your dreams, you become that higher self. You do move forward. So this is where the shift happens on a human level, on a soul level, from control to trust, from fear to faith, from trying to make things happen into allowing yourself to become the person they happen for and become the person that allows it. So one more example before I start to wrap up with this retreat I recently did. I've wanted to do a retreat forever. I know a lot of you have heard the story. I was scared. And it would show up like self-sabotage. Like I wouldn't move forward, or I'd start looking into things and I'm like, oh my God, that's expensive and big numbers. And it just scared me and I would not do it for years. And when I started to go, okay, what's here? So this was now maybe 5 years ago. I realized my relationship with women and groups of women and being judged and being bullied, it was coming up in a deep level. I was scared. So I moved through a bunch of that. And then a few years when I started planning one, COVID hit. And then after COVID was cleared, I kind of didn't go back. And it was like, I realized, okay, what is this fear? And as I went into it in the last year, I just realized it was so big. It was like me truly moving forward, moving into being a retreat host felt like such a next level thing that it was scary. And oh my God, can I do this? And what if I invest in all the down payments and nobody shows up? And oh my God. And it was just really scary because it mattered and because I was going after big things. But as I moved through that, I started to then make the decisions, and I put down the credit card and did the first thing, the payment, and then opened it up and people started signing up. Then I had to make another big payment and other people were signing up, and the whole thing kind of happened to the point where all of a sudden now the retreat in live time was like a month ago, and I am now somebody who is a retreat host. It's wild. But I had to allow that dream to come about. Nobody was going to come to me and write me and be like, hey, I've got this fully booked retreat that I want you to host with your ideal people. It's like, no, I had to create it, but I had to say yes to growth, yes to looking at, okay, why do I want this so bad, but it feels so hard? There's something there to heal. There's something there to move through. And I kept saying yes to it and yes to the growth, and then writing emails and going to the venue, and then sure, I'll call with my credit card, and then sure, I'll make a sales page. Like I just yes until it happened. Because it was so on my heart. It was so something I was meant for and am meant for that I had to finally say yes to it. What is it, next year and the next year and the next year? And I noticed that next year, hopefully I'm going to host a retreat. And I finally had to say yes to it. That is part of allowing. So allowing isn't sitting on the couch and never getting off the couch. Allowing isn't stopping action, but it's moving from being called. It's moving from allowing yourself to grow and allowing your life to move forward. So here's the invitation. This week and for the next little bit, I want you to notice where you're gripping, where you're trying to control how something unfolds, but you're ultimately delaying it. What ideas and notions and nudges have you had that you know you need to move forward on? Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to grow. Allow yourself to say yes to what's next, to the abundance right in front of you, to the miracles and the blessings that are here now. This is the art of allowing. This is how manifestations land. So I really hope that this resonated with you, and I hope it broke it down. It's always going to be deep with me, but I try to make it tangible as well, so we start to understand. Instead of resisting life, instead of gripping and fearing and controlling, we drop our shoulders and go, where am I called to go? Where has life been calling me to go, or something to look at, something to grow forward? I always say grow through what you go through. That is the key. And when we stop growing through what we go through, we start resisting our next level, our next evolution, which translates into abundance and health and, the things that you say that you want. So the invitation is to notice these things and to, more than anything, backing on the last episode, say yes. Say yes to your evolution. Say yes to your growth. This is how we move forward. So what are you saying yes to? How are you allowing yourself to move forward today? Okay, sending you so much love. Make sure again to check the show notes below for all the things I mentioned, including Life of Magic, On the Path, the membership, and of course the retreat waitlist. And if you're called to one-on-one work, you can reach out below. All the links are there. Okay, I'll see you in the next episode.